Hello everybody! It's 2026. I hope you've all had a lovely winter. It's time for spring to get underway, and that means that Superlights returns. And we, and by we I mean myself and Alex Foulkes, are your new voice of the second tier of GPVWC, and I am so excited about that. It means I don't have to watch FS2 anymore. And it also means that hopefully there'll be less grumpiness as a result. I am joined by Alex Foulkes, who is here and hopefully is as enthusiastic as I am about Superlights.
Less grumpiness? Where's that coming from?
I mean, you know, there were times last year where I was a little grumpy, and I can only but apologise. Do you not agree?
Well, yeah, sure. I'll agree with that. Less grumpiness, though? Well, do you remember? Well, it was 2 years now. 2024, 2 years ago. Imola. SL2.
I do.
That was...
yeah, we stood in, didn't we? We weren't supposed to be doing it. We turned up, and then lap one was absolutely chaotic. It was just ridiculous.
I think that was... Well, the second time I've ever heard of anyone actually discussing the possibility of a red flag in any race ever.
I know. We discussed it for like 20 laps as well, by the way. Because nothing else was happening.
By some point, the race was... It wasn't a race anymore. We were just talking about why it wasn't a race, and that wasn't interesting. Hopefully we get something more interesting this season. Of course, moving away from FS2 into SL2 should bring better driving.
Good.
With nicer looking cars, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Nudge, nudge.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. We will talk about that. We will talk about the new teams and stuff that we've got to look at in Superlights. We've got a new website to talk about, Alex. We've got a whole bunch of things we can talk about this evening. We will go to the model first, because this is the first on-track action that you'll see, but we'll do that. I have a little special surprise for everyone. This will appear in all of this video that Fabian's about to do for us. Poor Fabian having to put up with us, by the way. The video you're about to see will be played between races in Formula Sprint 2 and Formula Sprint 1. It's just a little advert for GPVWC. See what you guys think.
Inside a place of... On the next section... Kelty seat, the coffee beanery, Tyrek.
Flat out. Oh no! Oh no! Who's round? It's Magnussen.
Oh, it's going to touch moment. It's in the barrier. Oh, they spun. Oh, this was a carnage.
And Menocot's
Oh
gonna
my
win.
God.
It's a double pass. Could they take each other off? They don't. And Flack slide. It's a victory for the Tuties.
They touch. They're now... Oh no!
Soriano's gone around and met the wall. Mitchell will go through. Does it go uphill into turn 4? Oh, and round the outside. What a fabulous move.
Frelick will use all of his as well. Here he comes. He makes a move. They touch. They run wide. And Munio's going to get it. We're going 3-wide. Look at contact. Oh, my goodness. The Tyne has lost a wheel.
Time's out.
The dramatic race that we were teeing up the entire time has come to an end.
Just a little advert for you. GPVWC's commentary teams. I'm very grateful to each and every one of them, and you'll be seeing a lot more of us over the course of the next 16 rounds, 64 individual broadcasts, plus the Academy series for you to enjoy in 2026. And that is extremely exciting, because for half of those, you will get to see this beautiful car. And the person I am talking with, Alex, invested so much of his life last season. Yeah, to bring it to life. It is a to the regs 2026 car with some slight changes and slight modifications, but to all intents and purposes, this could work as an F1 car in 2026. And to be honest with you, looking at the reveals from real life Formula 1 and comparing it to this model, I think you've done an absolutely fantastic job at predicting to really good, close proximity as to what they will actually look like, Alex. And I hope you're proud of it, because it's so nice.
Well, it's all the insider information I got. No. I am proud of it. When I first saw the Red Bull that was revealed, I thought that is very similar to what we've got here, and I think I showed it, posted it in our chat, talking about this car, and I was like, this looks very, very similar. And that might have just been the only good thing I've said about it since I made it. Other than that, it's just a nice change, I think, because we've had relatively simple cars in all the series for God knows how many years. Last year, the FS2 car got a little bit more complex. It had a little fillet put in the side pod. That's the word I'm looking for. Had a little fillet put in the side pod, but that didn't really affect the car that much. It made it look a bit more interesting, but this one is quite a bit more detailed, quite a bit more interesting to look at, in my opinion.
There are so many small details on it that Alex has meticulously put onto the car. Like the little tyre, I assume they're tyre temperature sensors mounted onto the front wing end plates. The little suspension, where the suspension connects to the actual side of the car. There's the camera in the T-cam. There's all of the complexity around the additional sort of barge board area with the little fins on it and stuff. It's so detailed. And if you get a chance and you're watching this as part of the GPV community, get involved, download that mod, have a look at the car up close, because it's a work of art. And and it's actually quite nice to do liveries for as well. As complex as it is, it works the liveries that we've seen. I mean, there's I think there was a Fusion that we were looking at before the broadcast started. Don't know if that's still in the session. But there's some interesting Superlights liveries that are there. There's the Fusion car that Maxime Beaulieu is driving around the track, and people have been really creative with it, and it's really good to see.
Is this the one I thought they were lazy on? Can you go on board for us, Fabian, so I can actually see? No, it's not this one. It might have been one of the other teams. Because I noticed one of the teams, as their livery, has just used the wireframe and put their design underneath it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure which one that was, but
I think it's Alpha.
Alpha Delta.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Which I need to look. Bear with us while we learn all of the logos on the cars. But let me have a look. Let me bring up race-view.com.
Alpha Delta, yes. One is being driven by Federico Russo.
Yeah.
You've also got Andrea Shania.
Oh, they're all in the session. Yeah, let's just jump to Andrea Shania, who's on track right now. 13th, mate. Yeah, there we are.
There we go.
If you go on board with this car, there's the wireframe. Yeah. Speaking of onboards, Chris Williamson has put a bunch of onboard cameras and added them to the Super League car and the Superlights car. This is the sort of traditional F1 T-cam. There's a bunch of others that will now be cycled through by Fabian. There's this rear view looking jobby. It's quite nice. I don't. Yeah. The screen, by the way. Look at the detail on the screen. For example, the aero screen in front of the driver is so cool. This car. Nose cam. We've got a behind the rear wheel cam now as well, which is nice. Which that's another rear view camera that needs to be adjusted by Chris. He knows about it.
Rear view
There's I think Hamilton quite often had this on board. Whenever you see a pole lap from Hamilton circa 2018, is this view, which is cool.
Yeah, this is the T-cam that's off the side of the airbox. It's not the one that's on top of it.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, it's quite a cool view because you can see like a drive. It's almost like a driver's eye perspective, almost. You know. And then we got a couple more, haven't we? There's this view, which is I'm Max Verstappen. I'm going backwards into the Silverstone barrier 360 cam kind of angle. And then my favourite, which is I'm Michael Schumacher and I'm going to take Damon Hill out in 1994 camera.
Well, You know, I think the most detailed part of this car is actually the T-cam up on top. Because before it was literally just two parts, both aerodynamic-ish shapes, and this one is, I want to say, the closest thing to regulation on the whole car. The rest I can't say is regulation, and I can't say this is definitely correct. Whereas that T-cam, I think, is almost as accurate as you're going to get.
Yeah, the details on it. I mean, it's got like the actual camera lenses, some little fins on the top for like data gathering. It's sick, honestly. The more you look at this car, the more you can find. Even the actual panel gaps are just so well done. So yeah, really, really good stuff, Alex. Really good job. Honestly, I'm not glazing you for no reason. This is a sick car.
There's also a halo camera. I don't know if you've noticed that. There's two of them, actually. It's the...
yes, the
there
one
you go.
face...
Look at this!
Yeah, that's
you can see them both there.
Yeah, that's like the alternate... so this particular view is like the alternate driving view that people could use. If you wanted to see your own helmet. But yeah, the halo cameras, yeah, you're absolutely right. One of them we've actually used in the one facing the driver's helmet is the one I was talking about, where the aero screen is, that we've actually used that as one of the views. So yeah, really, really cool.
Do you know what the top one's for, though?
I don't, mate. I don't know what that one's for.
So this was introduced with the Halo. Before, we did just have a little unit in front of the driver where you could look at their face. But what they use it for is in the crashes. So when a driver crashes, they'll look at this view to see just how much their head has moved in a crash and estimate the G-forces. Of course, they have the sensors in them. But they can see just how much of an effect it has on the driver, and it allows them to look at the driver during a crash, see if the hands device was effective, see if the headrest was effective, see if the helmet was effective. This I think Matt Amos did a video on it, and it was quite interesting because you don't ever see videos on that, and I think he had one from Max Verstappen's massive crash in Silverstone. I think he had that angle. It's quite interesting to see, really. Toby? Are you there?
I am. I muted my mic by accident. I apologise. It's early in the season. At least I'm getting it out of the way now. I was going to say, it's not the camera. You don't get that camera until after the race, do you? So you get like YouTube videos that crop up with like the 360 cam and the Halo cam showing you like what actually happened in these accidents. It's hence my reference to Verstappen at Silverstone. Something else to mention that's new for this year. So you may have noticed that last year we had an advert that we played during every broadcast. That partnership is no longer, but we do have a new partnership, which we're very grateful for. So thank you very much to Mihailo Vicentijevic and MV Conquest who have supported the GPVWC community by choosing to partner with us, and you will see the boards around the track and trackside for that company. So MV Conquest around the track, and yeah, thank you very much to Mihailo. And if anyone is wanting to get their business advertised around the track, you can certainly do so. Just get in touch with myself, and we will happily discuss that and see how we can accommodate you. And yeah, it's really nice to have refreshed and renewed support in GPVWC.
We're done with the corporate stuff now. We can get to the actual action.
We can. Yes, we can. We can talk about the website later if you like.
Let's talk about the website. That's interesting.
Yeah,
I haven't seen it actually.
Yeah, right. So the website is not the finished article, but it is necessary. Last year we had a few incidents of some malicious attacks on our website and our community, which obviously was horrendous, and I don't know why you would ever do that, but apparently it was fun for the person who did it. So we have protected ourselves. We built a new well, I say we, Will Panisi, from the ground up has built a new website, and that website is not complete, but it is released. And if you go to gpvwc.com, it will take you to that new website. And as the season goes on, more and more new features will be added, and you will see some of those features soon. Some will take a little bit longer, but ultimately it will be the new home of GPVWC, and I think it shows a lot of promise. It looks really, really nice. It's modern. It's not the antiquated website we used to have. It also has, alongside that, it has we have a new game that we can play essentially in the management side. So if you're new to GPVWC, most of you are not watching, but if you're in Superlights or Super League, the management side, there is a sort of web-based game that we essentially play that involves finances, development, upgrades, and so on. So all the cars throughout the season will develop differently and will have different statistics essentially and different performance. And we have changed that entirely. It's not all new. Some will be familiar to those who have played that before, but a lot of it is brand new with brand new concepts, and we are future-proofing that, making it more interesting. And as GPVWC is in, realistically one of the best positions it's ever been in from a, driver base point of view, we want to improve on that and future-proof that and secure GPVWC for the next few years. So Will has built that from the ground up. There are a lot of teething problems at the moment. We know, we're aware, we are working on it, but it's the vision for the future that we need to look at, and that's what's happening. And I think it's got a huge positive for everyone in the community. Alex, you've presumably last couple of seconds had a little look at the new website. What do you think?
Yeah, it's like you said, it's a big upgrade from what we had before. I mean, consider that it's the first point of contact for most people, other than our broadcast. It's their first point of contact with GPVWC. Unless they're going straight into the Discord, they aren't seeing anything else other than this. And I think this is a huge step up from what we had before, in terms of bringing us into the future. Especially when you look at it before, and it felt like it wasn't a league that was particularly... It didn't feel like it existed anymore. It felt like something from quite a while ago. So, yeah, it's been a big year in terms of modernization, I think, for us. And we're, like you said, big year, moving on into bigger and better things for GPVWC, and hopefully growing even more than we have done in the past couple of seasons.
Yeah, these are all new things to be excited about, and as you say, it's great to have this refresh. It's nice to have an F1. I mean, essentially, we had the model out before any of the F1 cars were released, and we're bang up to date from that point of view. I'm really excited about 2026. There will be some teething issues with the website and the game that we play behind the scenes in Super League and Superlights, but of course, that is sort of to be expected as we balance everything from that point of view. I expect all of those things will be... This is almost like a learning year from that point of view. And next year will be a much more refined and polished version of that. But it'll still be fun this year. And we'll still have an exciting season in Superlights and Super League. And it's great to see people engaging with the website in the main positively, and the feedback's been pretty good on the main. And a huge shout out to everyone at GPVWC who does all of this hard work behind the scenes to make it a better place for everyone. Alex, for this model, I don't know how many hours he poured into it, hundreds. And Will for the website, and Will exactly the same for the website and the game and so on. It's such a large body of work he's had to do since we had those attacks last year to put it into place. And it's work like it for us. It's always GPVWC is not a job for anyone, it's a hobby for everyone. So I think moving forwards, it's going to be a huge benefit for everyone. Right. Superlights, Alex.
Yes.
We've been here before temporarily. We're now here permanently. So last season we saw, obviously we saw Netrex win the team's championship, and they're still here. They've chosen not to go up. So I think we should start with Netrex. Sandeep Singh's currently driving around in an unbranded Aston Martin style livery from testing, and Netrex. They should be strong this season, I would expect.
Well, you always are coming in after winning a team's championship, and they've got Sandeep Singh, who is he on as a main driver? I think he was announced as a main driver, wasn't he? He's on from winning in FS2 last year. He's been here before with his own team, of course, Superlights. So he's not unfamiliar. Sandeep Singh, he's in familiar territory here. He's where he wants to be. I think he's stepping up once again, and they've got strong backing in terms of a team, and they've got a strong set of drivers as well. So it does look good for Netrex here.
Yeah, Harry Smith and Sandeep Singh will be driving in 2026, and we know Sandeep is an exceptionally talented driver, and was driving below his level for sure last season in FS2. The SL2 and SL1, he's easily an SL1 driver if he wanted to be a Super League driver, but back in SL2 and driving for the team's champions, he's got to be up there with the favourites for this season, I would say. And he, alongside Harry Smith, we know that the team run by Carlos Martin is going to have strong setups and technical data, and I think they should be ones who are right at the top of the potential champions for this season.
And hold on, I do have to pull up the standings from last year, because obviously, me being me, I didn't look at them before coming here. In fact, I wasn't even intending to be here. Oh, True North, of course, but they've moved up.
They have indeed moved up to Super League. Yeah, Brame is the next one down on the list. So they finished P2 last season. Is there a Brame currently
third
in the server? Yes, Jorge Marquinez. There we go. Another preseason livery that isn't won yet. But Jorge Marquinez and Mesa are both in that car, I believe. For at least for this test. I'm just going to clarify whether they have finalized drivers.
In the championship last season, by the way. Not
yes,
second.
they were. Sorry, but second. Yes, they were, but second out of the teams that we have retained after True North went up. So, yes, they also will look to, compete at the top. Marquinez, we know him from last season in Super League, the races he did. A perfectly competent driver. So, plenty to look forward to for Brame. Next one down is Optiminal, who I don't think are in the server right now, but Optiminal Esports do have so they've got Aaron Vasquez, who is a very highly rated driver on iRacing. I don't know if you know much about Aaron.
No, nothing at all.
Fine.
Don't take this as offense, anyone, but no.
No, it's all good. He's very talented, and racing in Superlights for Optiminal is, again, he could definitely compete in Super League if he wanted to, and he should be right up there at the top of the timesheets, I would expect. Alongside him is Jan Dragoon, who has also done plenty of racing in the past, and is certainly one of those drivers who's solid, does perform well on his day, and I'm just going to bring up his historical results. But Dragoon is a Czech driver, very fast, and I think they will surprise a few as well this season, especially Aaron. I think he will be, if he commits the whole season and does it as he should, then I think he could be easily championship fighting towards the end of the season. So I'm just going to bring up Jan's results. But Optiminal, they could I think they tried to go to Super League, but they will relish the fact that we have a new management system. I think for this season, I think they struggled financially, Alex.
I don't actually know all the details, but I think this new management system, from what I've heard, should be easier to use and more interesting to use. So I think this will benefit the smaller teams, the ones that don't have as much time compared to the ones who can sit there for an hour or so and just dedicate themselves to managing their team. So let's hope it brings the teams closer in terms of management. Also, the upgrade system had changed, and that was the bit that I actually remember from the list of changes. In that it isn't as linear as it was, and you can't fully upgrade your entire car. You have to choose for the whole season what you're going to put your points into. So it's not just a race to see who can get as many points and research as possible. It's who can actually utilize the points that they get in an effective manner to suit their drivers the best. And I think that will make it a bit more interesting compared to what was last season, where it's just trying to get the most out of the car as possible.
Exactly right. The system has been changed to the token system that we now have. So if essentially you earn tokens by completing objectives in the tests. Gone are the third driver tests on the race days. So a lot of people in the feedback forms that we got at the end of the season were talking about how they didn't enjoy being a third driver and having to do half an hour on a Thursday and a Tuesday for Superlights and Super League, because it was essentially just a points gathering exercise and there was nothing fun about it. So the system is now you have an objective to pass in testing. This is why you don't see people hot lapping right now and trying to get the fastest possible time at the top of the timesheets, which is what happened historically in tests. What they're doing is they're following a run plan. So if you're following, let's say we're looking at Jorge Marquinez, he could be doing a long run right now where he's trying to match his lap times as the session has gone on. He could be doing something where he's testing different tyre compounds and you have to compare the two compounds, and that gives you a token as he spins through turn 2 into the Armco. And these challenges, these objectives, earn you a token, and you have a certain number of tokens that you can spend maximum throughout the season. And each token, that was a big old break block. You spend them on different areas, and these areas are similar to his days gone by. The upgrade sections, Alex, are body drag, front wing, rear wing, diffuser, underfloor, mass, and cooling. So you can choose to upgrade your cooling, for example. Maybe that gives you a chance to close some of those louvers and those brake ducts a bit and so on, and make the car more slippery in a straight line. It might also give you a little bit of boost in engine power as a result. You might upgrade your rear wing so you have more downforce and less drag on that element of the car. These things can be done, and they make a fairly substantial difference in lap time, and it's about prioritizing different areas and making your car as fast as possible. And it's a cool system.
Yeah, and I think this brings a bit more preference into how upgrades are done. Instead of, well, there was preference before, but not so much as there will be now, in that before you were just going through it and, oh, we'll get that done as fast as we can, and then maybe we'll put some into this and that. Like, it didn't seem like the most interesting system, whereas this, you can sort of pick and choose what you're actually doing with all your upgrades, and it's not as linear as well, I feel. Exactly. Different teams will be going for different things rather than just being one set, significantly more advantageous avenue of development like there was before in previous seasons. I think it was front wing and rear wing that everyone prioritized first, and then maybe a little bit into pit crew, and then the rest was sort of an afterthought, where I hope now everything will have to be taken into consideration, or at least that's the gist I'm getting from what's being said here.
Yeah, exactly right. That is, you hit the nail on the head. It's about, yeah, it's a little less of a spreadsheet simulator. Absolutely the case, and that's definitely a good thing. It makes it a little bit more independent, and yeah, there are some choices to be made along the way, and it puts more of an emphasis and a stress on being accurate in the testing as well, and following those run plans and making sure you pass those objectives rather than just going flat out for, you know, 20 minutes or something. Right, next team on the grid is Kings. So Kings is the Mitchell brothers will be in the Kings car for 2026. Luke Mitchell and Scott Mitchell-Mam. Mitchell-Mam taking his wife's surname as well. So that's so those are the Mitchell brothers essentially. You've got Scott and Luke. Scott we know through the race, and he is, I believe, currently in the Middle East, ready for the F1 test over the next week. Yeah, Luke has shown plenty of potential last season. He came pretty close to winning, I would say, at Mexico, and he certainly has shown his pace in other series as well. He was, of course, you know, the 2020 now 3 FS2 champion. Yep. Yeah, and 23 FS2 champion. So he certainly is a you know, a very good skilled driver in his own right, and he stays at Kings alongside Scott, and Scott as well. Especially towards the back end of last season, he had a 7th place at Mexico that was a really good result, and a 9th at Abu Dhabi, and having had a really tough start to the season, not scoring a single point until that 7th place at Mexico, he certainly shows a lot of pace, and he's a good guy as well, Scott. So I'm excited to see those two, see what they can do in that Kings car. Luke obviously taking that P2 at Mexico, they really hooked it up there. He got very, very close to that win. So let's see what Kings can do next season. I don't know if you watched any of the Superlights stuff last season, but Scott seemed to be out or have damage on lap 1 of every single race.
I didn't, but it sounds a lot like my story in FS1. I didn't get very far, believe it or not.
Yeah, it's tough, isn't it? Especially if you get damage on the first lap of a Superlights or Super League race.
Yeah, and especially with Superlights and Super League being so long, and you don't have the sprint format to sort of, I guess, in a way, save you. Because that's all that the sprint format does, is allow you to have a wider range of results, whereas in Superlights or Super League, one big mistake can put you right at the back, and you're chasing yourself for the whole race. So, yeah. It is incredibly difficult to do these. I wouldn't call them endurance races, but they're definitely a lot longer and a lot. You know, you're at high pace for that whole time. It's quite difficult.
Yeah, especially without like safety cars and so on that you might get in F1 or other series to sort of, you know, save you. Even if you have a spin that costs you 10 seconds, that can be race changing. So they're tough series for sure. To maintain concentration for the entire race. So Scott hopefully will be looking for more luck this season. Next on the grid would be Fusion Racing, and we've got 2 of them in the server right now. Maxime Beaulieu in P3. This is not their final livery. This is their preseason testing livery. Maxime has come to the last few GPVWC days. The French Canadian, he wouldn't like me saying just Canadian, I'd imagine, has come over, flown over. He has a very large TikTok following, like in the millions. So Maxime is a very committed French Canadian driver, and great to have him on the Superlights grid once again. And James Knox currently topping the timesheets. And we saw James last season, didn't we, in FS2 quite a lot. And I think James is one of those. I think he probably has a quite a high ceiling, I would say.
Yeah, he's got the skill, but he's also caused a little bit of drama in his time. It could be said. I think that's the sweetest way to put that. But yeah, he definitely has pace, and I definitely think he could be in contention here, potentially. Of course, this is pre-season testing. Can't say anything right now. Even judge anything off these times, considering they're 8 seconds apart. So, you know, it could be an interesting season with anyone. But I think James Knox is in a good position here.
Yeah, I think so too. I think I mean, he's certainly done a lot of driving last season for a variety of different teams. He drove in Superlights for Optimal at the very first round, I believe. He also did a lot of driving for Fusion. So, yeah, James is one to watch for sure. This season, he had a best result last season of 8th position, but I think he can probably go a little bit better this season, and especially as he's such a young guy, and again, one to watch for the future for sure. Maxime had a best result of 6th last season at Saudi Arabia, and he also has suffered from bad luck once or twice. I think he had a first lap incident once again with Scott Mitchell at the USA Grand Prix last season, for example. So Maxime will be hoping for a little bit more luck this season, I would imagine. Now, next we have PZZW, the Polish team, led by David Krupa. I'm looking in the list. I don't think there's any on the server. There's one in the pit lane. Michael probably. Falkenhayn is teaming up with David in that squad. And we've seen Falkenhayn in FS2 as well, haven't we, Alex? And he has some pace.
In a wide range of series, actually, and he's done quite well in just about all of them. I can't remember if he had any drives in SL2 last season. I think he did with KV86.
Yeah, one. Yeah, he had one, as far as I can tell, at Canada, which was a DNF. Not a good sample size to go off for this season.
No. But in terms of overall pace, Falkenhayn definitely could be up there. I'm not going to say anyone's going to win anything, because that's just completely speculative. But I think Falkenhayn has the pace here, and with a bit more experience, could be doing quite well in this series.
Absolutely agree. And David himself had a P2 at Hungary last season. And David is one of those drivers who is very fast on his day. Can be a little bit boisterous with his overtaking sometimes, I believe, is probably the most nicest way I can put it. He does sometimes make moves that I don't feel are always on, but he's definitely a quick driver, and has shown that. He had a couple of fourth places, including one at Abu Dhabi at the final round. So I think he could easily get another couple of podiums for that team, especially with some of the squads that have moved up as well. So keep an eye out on that racing team. They always have a chrome livery as well, which I enjoy, Alex. It's like a big shiny mirror driving down the track.
I just wish that you could do chrome properly in R Factor. So I feel like chrome always looks very, very artificial in R Factor. It just looks shiny. I know that's the point of chrome, but it's not chrome, if you get what I mean.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. It's not quite it hasn't quite got the graphic engine that it needs, has it? We'll see if they bring out a R Factor 3. Hopefully, we'll get a better looking chrome. Then we've got Robin Merling's squad of Team Rookie Monsters, and they have one of the nicest looking liveries on this car that I've seen to date, actually. So there's James Andrews, who... Oh.
There he is.
There's James Andrews. As we said it, vanishes. Very nice looking livery. Really highlights the sort of shape of the car, actually. This one, it's nice to see a proper livery on the track. It's the first time we've actually, I think, first time we've seen a full season livery there, to be fair. Yeah, really nice to see. So yeah, what do you think?
About the team, about the livery, about
Both, yeah,
what
sure, everything. Yeah.
I mean, the livery. I looked at it earlier and I thought, that's simple, but sometimes simple is all you need. It works, and that's the main thing. I think it's like you said, it complements the car. It's not trying to be anything special, but it's a solid livery. I wouldn't change much about it. So I think they've done a good job. But in terms of the driver lineup, Daniel Scott and Robin Moyling, I don't see anything wrong there. That seems just as competitive as you can ask for. And James Andrews here, even in the test, is out on softs, putting a nice number 4 performance in. And yeah, they're a team. I can't really say much about them because, well, I've known Team Rookie Monsters for as long as I've been in sim racing, so they're just a name, aren't they?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Have you had any sort of close dealings with them?
No. I just remember in what are they called now? EIRC. Yeah, EIRC endurance racing. When I was commentating on that forever ago with Ed Hunter.
Yeah, nice.
That's my memory.
Yeah, they do a lot of endurance stuff, actually. I think Team Rookie Monsters.
Yeah, I think that's the main thing.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's a good-looking car for sure. I think having Daniel Scott come back and be part of that team alongside Robin Merling means they've got consistency. Robin, for sure, is a very consistent driver. He drove the whole season pretty much. Only had 2 DNFs. The rest of his finishes were all in the points. So, and Daniel as well, as best result of 10th. They're going to pick up points. They could easily move those slots up just a couple with some of the drivers that have moved on and moved up. So yeah, I'll keep an eye out on them. Hopefully they will do well in 2026. Next, we got Alpha Delta Racing, and we were talking about Alpha Delta's livery earlier with the wireframe. That is obviously a pre-season livery. They've got the Italian duo of Lucchini and Federico Russo, with Andrea Canaio as the test driver. In fact, there's 2 of them on track right now. So you can see them on track right now. And yeah, they have been around a while, Russo and Lucchini. They were around last season, similar results to Team Rookie Monsters. In fact, they were only beaten by 4 points in the team's championship. So I expect them to fight in the midfield once again. But it's they should roll out a nice looking livery. It's usually like a bluey pinky livery, much like their logo. And in fact, that's what the wireframe that they've got overlaid over the black actually does. It goes from blue to pink fade. So yeah, they will certainly try to improve on their last season results. But nice to see the Italian duo in Superlights, I believe.
And I think you've said just about all you say, but I think it's going to get quite confusing during the season with the two triangles on the timing screen that we can't really see that well. Of course, we'll learn, but there's Apex and then there's Alpha Delta, and they're basically the same thing, if you ask me.
Yeah, no.
From what I can see, at least, we have about 4 pixels, but.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. It's a very similar looking logo, isn't it? The next team I'm very excited to talk about. So KV86, we know them from FS2 days back in 2024, don't we, Alex? And their title fight that they ended up coming out. They moved up to Superlights, and they've got Patrick Magnussen, who features on the advert that we played earlier, the promo, in the Spa commentary.
Oh, yeah. What an embarrassing DNF that was.
He was shifted to first. But Patrick is back, and he will be looking to do much what he did last season. He was top 10 material most of the season, a little bit inconsistent, plenty of DNFs and no points. I'm being currently bitten by my cat. Not a petal. She was on my lap perfectly still,
it
and then
was.
decided to start biting me.
Yeah, no, that makes
Random.
sense.
Yeah, of course, yeah. And cat. Patrick, yes, top 10 material for Shawsies. He is joined, though, by Pascal Polentz, I'm led to believe. And Pascal is there is the man himself. A well-known Super League driver is Pascal. And, yeah, I'm very excited to see how Pascal gets on in Superlights. I think that team, especially with Pascal there, could be a dark horse for some race victories. And if they can string it together, I mean, the full season, really. In Super League, Pascal actually is a race winner in 2022. He has been inconsistent historically, but he also raced for Road to Formula in 2022 Superlights and had plenty of podiums, finished 4th in the championship in Superlights in 2022, his most recent Superlights season. So he probably is top 5 material for this season. Patrick himself hoping to improve, I would say, and I think he has improved since FS2, hasn't he?
Yeah, I think also, if we remember back 2 magical years ago to the title fight, it was a good bit of driving between himself and Matusz Majka. But I think as he's gone into Superlights, he's started to realize that it does get a lot harder as you go up the series, and he's started to react to the challenge he's got this season. I'm thinking that KV86 might be a bit closer to the top than they were last season. I think Patrick had a few minutes of fame in first before something happened. I don't know the full details, but something did.
A few minutes of fame, I love it. Yeah, we'll see what they can do this season for sure. A talented enough squad, and it's Christian Valstar's team, so yeah, he's a good guy as well. So hopefully that team can improve in 2026. Now the next team I want to talk about is TTF Racing, Tyrone Frith's English squad. They have signed Zoltschuk and Istvan Shingle, who obviously come as a pair, as they've been teammates pretty much throughout their GPVWC career. But those two, again, they were Stax's starting lineup in Super League, and they're not slow. They're good drivers. And again, one of those teams that if they commit, I think they could be certainly problematic for some of the other big teams near the front. If they properly commit, they could easily be up near the front. And Tyrone, I know, has been doing management for a long time with TTF, and I think is ultimately hopeful that he can eventually get to Super League with that squad. So Tyrone has put together a decent pairing there. I think they could challenge, Alex.
Yeah, I think it's a good step up for them after a relative history of unremarkable seasons. Last year, 13th in the standings, not the ideal performance, and other than that, a few midfield performances. So I'm assuming they'll want to step up a bit more from that and put in a nicer performance this season with the lineup that they've got. But they do have Eric Brenner out testing for them. He was in FS2 quite a few times last season. Don't ask me about any of the numbers, but he was there.
Yeah, I think he's driving in FS2. I think he's driving for Hunter Birch in FS2 this season. So obviously doing test driver role or third driver role for TTF, but that is much less involved than it used to be. So he's here for the tests and as a backup driver essentially. Next on the grid, we have 2 teams that are coming down from Super League. So Green Stripes Racing and Stax Racing. As far as I can tell, Green Stripes have yet to sign some drivers. I do know, obviously, that some people have had website issues and so forth, but Green Stripes coming down after many seasons in Super League. Unfortunately, their kind of luck ran out eventually. They have been up and down the grid. They had a race win a couple of seasons ago with Mark Schluter at Spain in Super League, but they have also had a couple of 14th places in the standings, and Green Stripes were one of the teams we considered, or was considered by GPVWC to be historically a Super League team, but unfortunately there were teams that were moving up from SL2 and they didn't make the grid. So let's see if Green Stripes can go straight back up from Superlights. Yet to see who they've employed as drivers. And Stax is the other team, and Stax have signed Fabrizio Gobbi, another Italian, and he drove for TX3 a couple of seasons ago. And TX3 were in Super League a couple of seasons ago as well. And Gobbi, I know, is very quick. In fact, I think he's a race winner in Superlights from a couple of seasons ago. I may be wrong on that one, but certainly fast in his own right. Yet to see who his teammate is in Christian Zerner's Stax Racing team. Don't know if you watched Super League much last season, but those two backmarker teams have come down to Superlights, and the relegation promotion system within the career ladder really means that teams get an opportunity to move up and down, don't they?
Yeah, I think it's also good that we give teams a choice to stay or to move. I think it's a bit of a quality of life feature for some of these teams, that they're able to, in some way, make a decision on where they stay and how much effort they actually want to put into the league. And I think that's one of the beautiful things, because if you think about it, it's a bit like football, but you don't get a choice in football. You either perform or you don't, and you get relegated, or you get promoted if you don't. But here it's a bit more relaxed, I could say.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely right. And there are decisions to be made as well. Teams drop out, new teams join the career ladder, and it's not always black and white as like it is in football. You know, obviously new teams come and go in GPVWC much more regularly. So yeah, it's more of like an opinion-based thing more than anything. But those two teams come down. Let's see if they can go back up. Talk about teams coming up. There are 3 new teams on the grid from Formula Sprint 1. That is Apex Grand Prix, Hyperion Esports, and Team Shiba. Apex Grand Prix, it's actually Oliver Taras. They've got a really nice livery for pre-season. I'm a big fan of this.
I doubt that's just a pre-season livery on what I've seen. I wouldn't let that be a pre-season livery.
I think it's really well put together.
That's a finished product, really. I think that's a very, probably the best one I've seen so far, personally.
Yeah, it's definitely your taste, right up your street. This, isn't it?
Well, it's not the normal. It's not the normal, and it's sort of, my inspiration has always been like the Daniel Ricciardo helmets. How they weren't the same design as everyone else. It was something special. I think that's what they've gone for here, to try and be a little bit different, try and stand out. If we're going for the early contenders of livery of the season,
yeah,
which is one of the amazing awards you can get at GPVWC Day. I have one. Well, I don't. I still yet don't have that certificate from 2024 somehow. I'd like to have that, please. I want to frame it and put it on my wall.
Message Will. His DMs are definitely empty right now.
I'm sure they are, yes. I'm sure he's definitely not busy at all either with the whole F1 thing. But yeah. Apex GP have an inseparable driver lineup. Oliver Taras and Jesse Larden with them since they first started in 2024. Well, for the first half of 2024, then they bounced around different drivers. But yeah, Apex has been, well, like I said, inseparable. Oliver Taras and Jesse Larden, second last season in FS1. Well, they're there from the start.
And they were very
solid
close.
driver.
They were close to challenging Multiforce last season in FS1 as well. And we'll get to that team next. But yeah, very good squads. Scapelli is there, and I know they're part of the TOP group as well. So again, they will have a lot of technical support from those Super League teams within that TOP group. So
you just love saying Scapelli, don't you?
Yes.
It's the only thing you actually enjoy about being here.
I hear the music in it.
What are you on about?
It's an Inglourious Bastards reference. Yes, so that is in the end in the theatre. They go in and he goes, Gorlarmi.
Oh,
and he goes, and then everyone's like, Dominic.
I like the music. Yeah.
And he goes, Dominic Chicotto or something.
That's a very
and he's like,
forgettable scene, if you ask me.
yeah, I know. It's just a good film, mostly.
It is a solid film.
It's not the best Tarantino. What do you think the best Tarantino is?
Ooh, that's a hard one, isn't it?
Yes.
I actually don't know. It's a throw up. You could say Pulp Fiction's pretty good, but then
Pulp
you also have
Fiction's good.
Django Unchained.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't think you can beat Django, can you?
No,
I
I
mean-
think that's top. It's got to be.
Culturally, the fact that Leonardo DiCaprio is the main villain doesn't appear till halfway through.
Is he the main villain? Is he?
Do you not think
I
so?
think Samuel L. Jackson's the main villain. I think that DiCaprio's character is just filler. I think
Fair.
he was taking orders from Jackson's character, and Jackson's character was the main villain.
Fair. I mean, yeah. I think this is what's the beauty of a Tarantino film, is that you can discuss it, right? There's layers, and often, you know, he plays around with timelines in various films, Pulp Fiction being one. It's difficult to like say. I personally think Django is a very, very good film. I also like Kill Bill Volume 2 a lot. I think that's a cracking piece of work. But again, a big old timeline thing that you have to keep up with. Where are we? Hyperion. So this is the controversial promotion from FS1, because Hyperion themselves as a team didn't actually do that well in FS1 last season. However, the team itself is being run by Paweł Andrzejewski and Matusz Majka. And those Polish pair were absolutely dominant for Multiforce. And those two have therefore essentially kind of bought the rights to Hyperion, if you like, and been promoted on that basis. Given that Jason Muscat in Multiforce didn't want to move the team up. And these two are interesting because Matusz, on his one-off at Silverstone last season for Lunark, was finished on the podium. I think he finished second, actually. They could easily do the same sort of thing this season. Easily. I know, I mean, they both joined the THR group. Incredibly fast drivers. Really nice guys as well. We'll keep an eye out on those. They are my dark horses for this season. Hyperion.
Yeah, I don't have anything to say other than, yeah, Micah, proven talent. Same with Paweł. So, yeah, I'm going to agree with you. Dark horses here, absolutely.
And finally, Team Sheba, which is Decoitis and Saracino. And those two, again, were very strong in FS1. Decoitis is on track P11 right now, Fabian. And they are in another non-liveried up livery. Again, coming up from FS1, it's going to be tough, isn't it, when you move up into a level above?
It always is, because, well, for everyone it's a new car, but it's a completely different car from FS1 to the Super League and Super Lights cars, let's be honest. Because you go from a relatively simple setup to having all the options all of a sudden thrown at you. So, yeah, it's going to be an adaptation for teams like this. But like you said, an almost inseparable lineup once more. Third in FS1 last season, 541 points. And
Yep.
I think these could be competitive, provided that they understand the car. But I think, you know, that's the interesting thing about this season, is that it could be anyone, because it's a complete toss-up of the regulations, the setup, the rules, and everything. So this could go anywhere at this point, and I think that's why it's interesting. Because in previous seasons, you know, everyone's got experience. Maybe the car changes a little bit, but not significantly enough to change the order of things. Whereas this, I think it is quite a significant change.
I agree with that absolutely wholeheartedly. I've noticed Reuven Mashade has joined the server. This is the Optimal car that we were talking about earlier that has a really beautiful livery on it, wouldn't you agree?
I wonder who made it, Toby.
Well, what I've tried to do, and I'm hoping that we can find a nice couple of camera angles for this is I've tried to follow the lines of your beautiful model with the sort of shapes of the orange lines and so on as they flow into the halo, and I've tried my best. I'm not as talented as you are at livery design, to be honest with you, but yeah.
I'm not talented. I cannot figure out my own car. I'll be the first to admit it right now. I cannot figure out how to livery it properly.
Well, I'll send you this if you like it.
Yeah, sure. Send me this. I'll just copy it and slap the slap different logos on it.
But yeah, knocked this up for Optiminal because you know, obviously it needed a livery for the season and so on, and I then found out that Justin van der Smissen was originally supposed to do the livery, so I had to apologise to Justin. Said, "Look, I'm sorry, mate. I've put this together now." He was like, "Yeah, do it. You know, it's okay." He hadn't started the livery, so it's all good. But yeah, there you go. Optiminal. They'll be hoping with Machida and running that team with Vasquez and Dragoon as well, that they can get themselves out of SL2 if they can. I think we mentioned that earlier. Anyway, right, 1 hour in. Alex, poor Sandeep has been waiting for 15 minutes for an interview. I think we can open ourselves up to the horde of drivers who want to talk to us. And
who? The
we'll
horde.
start with Sandeep, right?
Yeah, two. As long as we're doing the interviews mid broadcast and not after, because then Fabian won't shout at us if we do them.
Yeah,
now.
Fabian, as we came on, went, "Oh, why is this an hour later than last week's? I got to be up at 4 a.m," which I was very saddened to hear. So we're going to shoot quite quickly after the end of this. But just before we do the interviews, I need a very, very quick wee. So if you could please play that promo ad again, that'd be great. Be right back.
Inside a place of... On the next pretzels. Kelty seat, the coffee beanery, Tyrek.
Flat out. Oh no! Oh no! Who's round? It's Magnussen.
Oh, it's going to be a touch moment. It's in the barrier. Oh, they spun. Oh, this was a carnage.
And then Ocon's
Oh
gonna
my
win. It's a double pass. Could they take each other off? They don't. And flag slide. It's a victory for the Tuties. They touch. They're now. Oh no!
Soriano's gone around and met the wall. Mitchell will go through. Does it go uphill into turn 4? Oh, and round the outside. What a fabulous move.
Frelick will use all of his as well. Here he comes. He makes a move. They touch. They run wide. And Munio's gonna get it. We're going 3 wide. Look at
Sing.
contact. Oh my goodness. The Tyne has lost a wheel.
Time's out.
The dramatic race that we were teeing up the entire time has come to an end.
Oh, I mean, I absolutely smashed that. That was perfect timing. Welcome back. I hope you liked that promo video, by the way. Please let me know if you don't. Let me know in the YouTube chat.
Just tell him anyway that you don't like it. You know?
No.
Don't give useful feedback.
No.
It sucks. It's terrible. I don't believe you can put this. I can't believe you put this in the
Remco,
podcast.
by the way, was like, "Oh, it's great, but there's no music." I was like, "That's the point. It's about the commentary. It's all about this creative. It's different. It's a bloke on a sofa. What do you want? Do you know what I mean? He's not listening to music. He wants to watch GPV.
Who is this bloke, by the way? Is it just some random fellow we found?
Man on sofa stock footage. .mp4.
You know what you could have done? You could have done that yourself.
Do you want to see me on my sofa? Shall I re-record? Shall I record that and put that at the start?
Yes.
It's the most narcissistic thing, isn't it?
What, do you want Fabian to do it? No.
Do you know what we should do? We should get a different bloke at every round.
Yes, that's exactly what we should do. Better yet, do you know how you edited that one Christmas countdown of you with Carlos's face over you? Just do that. Just edit random people's faces over it. Don't even bother changing the footage. Just.
I'll just have Yal Tyne on the sofa, changing
Yes.
channels. Yeah, the cardboard cutout.
The cardboard Yal, yeah.
Right, poor Sandeep. Let's drag him in. Sandeep,
Oh, hi.
Hello. How are you?
I'm good. How are you guys? Sorry, I was chatting to Tommy about someone.
About someone?
Yeah. It was just this performer on Instagram. Yeah. Morgan J. We're just seeing you in
I'm
your
not searching this.
He's not that sort of performer.
Oh.
A musician, and comedian.
Fair.
Yeah.
Are you a musician or a comedian?
No.
Fair.
Toby thinks
I
he's
can
both.
be both though. I wouldn't consider myself professional.
What music do you play?
Do you have to
Doubler.
be professional?
You play what?
Doubler.
The what?
Doubler.
What is it? Please tell me what it is. I
It's-
presume it's some sort of drum.
It's like the Indian drums, I guess. Closest thing. It's like people like. If I
Is
was
it like
African, I'd call
wedding
it
type?
bongos.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think I know what it is actually.
Yeah.
I think I've seen it. You know, like those 3-day Punjabi weddings that you have, where
Yeah,
they have like,
yeah.
is it called like doll drummers or something?
Yeah, there are that. There's dolls. Yeah.
Doll drummers, yeah. And yeah, I think I've seen that. I think I've seen it. So that's cool. I didn't know you were a percussionist.
Yeah, I keep that quiet though.
Oh, sorry. Well, no one will know. SL2 Sandeep, welcome back.
Yes, I'm back. Yes, and I'm
You're not
cheap.
smurfing anymore.
I'm cheap now. that was the main thing.
Ah,
Well, it was
That,
the
that
price.
that was the tactic. Yeah.
Well, that was the thing. I was what was I, like 7.5 million or something stupid last year, so no one couldn't.
I wouldn't.
I couldn't afford myself for like Super League, and then like there was nothing available in Superlights, so. No, yeah, so I just did FS2 instead. Enjoyed it.
Was that was the reason? Was it? I thought you were
That's what-
taking time away for family, or is that the secondary reason? You know?
It's lots of both. Like sort of like my way to like what was it? So the budgets have changed in Super League this year. Like originally, new teams got 50 million, and then there was an update to the driver salary shortly before the season started, and it threw off a lot of teams' finances. Threw our one off, so I just basically kind of sacrificed myself to not do Super League because the team wouldn't be able to afford it for the whole season to have a good car. You know, there might have been stuff where we had to get emergencies and stuff, so me not doing Super League kind of left a good buffer in budget. So did FS2. I did really enjoy the car. Thought it was probably one of the best cars created by GPV, to be honest, and I've been here a long time for that. But yeah, now I'm back. Superlights. Hopefully it goes well. I don't know how it goes. Well, this is the first week that I've really actually driven the car properly, and it's
What do you think?
Mixed. I've got mixed opinions at the moment about it, but I think I've still got like 3-4 weeks to dial it in for myself. At the moment, I'm having issues with the rear end on entries to corners. The exits and mid corners fine, but then what I'm having to do compensate on entry is just affecting me mid corner. So God, this doesn't suit me yet, but I think I'll get there. Compared to I think I will get there. Hopefully in time for Australia. If not, definitely for Japan, because that's a track I don't really ever lose that.
You never really lose that.
Yeah, that's like
Strong
a,
words.
yeah.
I like the confidence though, but it's nice to see you back in a series where, I mean, you're obviously too talented really for FS2, so it's nice to see you up here. How are you getting on with the rule book in your role as head of the disciplinary
I need
committee?
to catch up with someone. Last thing we're on penalties at the moment, and we're just gonna go over the tie rules again. There will be changes to FS1. I'm not going to reveal anything about Super League, Superlights yet. That's a still discussion. It could end up being what we had last season, but it might change. We're just going to have one final discussion about that. And then, yeah, we're just going over the penalties again. I'll go over it after the test today. Hopefully, we can have something out by end of the week. But the main base of it has been written out, yeah.
Amazing. I mean, I know you've got as Team Stock smashes into the barrier. Nice damage on this car as well, by the way, Alex. I didn't mention that as well, but it actually works really well when it gets damaged as well. So not only is it a good-looking model, it also damages nicely.
I didn't see that. I need someone to crash their car again for me. And if you wouldn't mind just going out and slamming it into a wall for us, I'd appreciate that.
The other thing, Sandeep, obviously you've had to wait for the game to be released on the website as well, haven't you, to tie in some of the rule book with that, because obviously, you know, starting budget, for example, has got to be written in the rule book. It's got to be, you know,
That's
defined.
Not part of my draw.
No, but it still goes into the rule book.
No, that's the that we're separating that from the rule book.
Okay.
We don't have to go through 20 pages or something to get to the racing rule section.
Okay.
So that'll be separate.
Okay, so it's not actually something you need to tie in anyway.
No, not at the moment. No. I mean,
Okay.
the only thing I'll have related to that is just the prize money for the race results.
What about like testing rules and stuff then? You're just going to leave that as that's not your domain sort of thing, is it?
Well, we've started testing today. It's pretty much, I believe something was sent out by Will about the, how all the tokens and stuff works. And
Yeah, of course, but I'm just wondering if it was part of your sort of, if you're going to build in the testing rules as part of your rule book or not, or whatever.
the main thing was to do the racing rules. Yeah, so we did experiment with something in FS2 when they did a test race, but it's kind of like we've gone back to what we had last year with a couple other changes that I won't mention yet. It will be announced.
Awesome. Final question for me. What are you hoping to do this season in SL2?
What was I like? I was running up last time. I think there's some tracks that I want to win at. Obviously, Spa, Suzuka are the two that I want to get wins at. And then the other one, I just try to be as competitive as possible. I know there's some really strong drivers this season that I'll have to keep an eye on. I have to watch, especially the Hyperion lineup, who were, you know, the multi-force guys from last year, Pavel and Micah. So, I mean, I'll say them two are like probably the favorites at the moment for the season.
Ooh, strong.
They might. There's some upcoming talent as well as James Knox is driving this season. Harry's a strong driver, my teammate, and then I've raced with Pascal, who's
I know, Super League, yeah.
He's a I don't know how to explain it. Like, I was teammates with him, and then like I remember he did like 20 laps of practice, and he was like instantly on the pace. He's one of those guys. I think I saw Gobby in the test here as well. So he's another one that's a strong driver in the past. You know, has won races in both Super League and Superlights. The Apex guys, they're on their day. They could be on strong as well. I know, like last season in FS1, they had a couple of. When they had a couple of bad races, it was bad for them. But like you could see, like when you watched them last year, they were really all up there with Multiforce. So we know how talented Yasser and Oliver Taras can be. And so that, I think it's going to be really, really competitive this season. I think every race. I don't think there's. I mean, Spa I can say Spa I'll be a clear favourite, but that's about it really. I don't know who else for other tracks. He's going to swing, and each round's going to swing and go around.
Nice. Have you got anything to ask Alex before Have you got anything to ask, Alex, for Sandeep before he goes?
ask, comma.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
I want to ask you, where's your comprehension of the English language gone?
Ugh. I've got a whole season of this again.
Yeah. You choose to be bullied by me.
I think
The thing is,
the same is true the other way.
the thing is, you forget Toby's a dad, so sometimes like, yeah, like, the English goes a little bit away, but
I know.
So-
I've been talking simple English to a small
Yeah.
thing.
yeah.
To a small thing.
Yeah. All right, thank you, Sandeep. Best of luck this season. I'm sure we'll be speaking to you very many times this season.
Hopefully, after just Superlights races, not
Yeah. Not. Why has my driver got a penalty?
yeah. Anyways, take care, both of you.
Nice
Oh,
one.
sorry,
nice
I
one.
forgot the cameraman as well. Take care as well. See, hello,
The cameraman. His new
Hello.
name.
Fabian.
Cheers, Sandeep.
See ya, bye.
Your choice, Alex. Dealer's choice. James or Reuben? Reuben's been here for ages, to be fair. Scarpelli does not want to. There's no chance.
There's no chance he wants one, or there's no chance he giving
I'm joking. I'm joking. Who do you want to pick?
one? Heads or tails?
I'm gonna go for the third option where it lands on its length.
Well, that puts you in between James Knox and Reuben Machady, so.
I mean, pick one. You can
pick
just
one.
pick one. No, you pick one. I've asked you to pick one.
Oh,
Why have I got to choose? I chose first.
this is. Yeah, and?
Oh, Reuben. Oh, Reuben.
Would not-
Hi, Reuben.
Oh, hi. We were discussing about the money, money discussion about drivers.
Oh, that was funny. You missed. You missed. Never mind. Alex, here's Reuben.
Yes, thanks, Toby.
Oh, he's on track.
Know my... Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Oh. do you want a moment to pull in, or are you in the middle of a
I
run?
just
or-
asking questions I don't know. I will see if I question.
All yours, Alex.
Why do you give me the worst ones?
Reuben,
Yes.
you're managing Optiminal. How are you gonna do?
Well, of course we. What is this actually a starting question, mate? Okay, I'm fully defensive. I need to get serious. Okay, start again.
Okay, so obviously last season you were very competitive in Optiminal as a driver. The team did quite well overall in the championship, but of course there were some sort of financial issues that kind of prevented you from going to Super League. How do you think you will do this season?
About last season, we don't talk anymore. Vancouver just went too often to McDonald's or something and spent all the money we had. Love you, Vancouver. But no, in all seriousness, I think we got a good driving pair for this season. We got a pretty good base. Also, with the new partnership with the THR group, we are having strong partners who are helping us well in the management. Thanks, Toby.
You're welcome.
And yeah, overall, I think with Aaron, we have probably one of the best iRacer there's at the moment. And we will need to see how he adapts to Air Factor 2, but what from I have seen is he's pretty impressive. Jan has been driving Super Lights or Super League Lights or whatever it was called back then already a few years, scored one win I think and a lot of podiums, so we got a pretty good, strong lineup and we want to go for the championship, but we will need to wait to see where we are after the first two races.
Yeah, I think it's one of those where there's plenty of good teams who have come up from FS1. Hyperion being one, Apex being another. We'll speak to Domenico momentarily. There's obviously you've got teams coming down from Super League as well. Stacks have got Gobby on their book, so it's this pretty stacked grid from what I can tell. Really, I think it's going to be tricky to get consistently good results with all those drivers around.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, it was the first time today when I saw the driver lineups of everybody, because the website is still work in progress, but I'm really thankful for the work everyone is putting behind it. And yeah, the driver lineups are insane. When I saw Pascal Pollins in the KV86, I was like, where's he coming from? He's a Super League race winner. Also, like all the teams with GP Networks, Shiva, that's are all pretty competitive drivers, and I'm really excited to see, because I think, as you said, it's really hard to get consistency over more races.
Yeah, and then that's the kind of the problem you had yourself personally last season. I know you're not driving in SL2 full time this season, but I mean, pace is just not enough in a league like this, where you need to have, you know, those race finishes after a long race.
I mean, yeah, last year it was down to multiple reasons that we weren't competitive. For example, in Monza, where I got pole and could have probably still finished second, I went with a 30% engine in Monza, not ideal. And yeah, but after that, my motivation just went downhill. I practiced for one race in Mexico. Could have won that probably, but decided to have a skill issue on my own. But yeah, I am not driving anymore. In Superlights, maybe for 1 or 2 races as a reserve driver, but yeah, I think I would just focus on what I think I can better do with managing and engineering my drivers, and hopefully to a successful season.
I mean, I have to say I'm the exact same. I'd be terrible in these cars these days, and but 15 years ago I was very, very good at sim racing, but yeah, my skill is
15 years ago I was 5.
I hate it when people do this. Alex does it to me the entire time. He's like, I was 3 15 years ago. You know, it is what it is, but it's 15 years ago I was racing against Stoffel Van Dorn, so, you know.
Yeah, nice flex.
Why didn't you turn out like him?
Because I don't have a multi-million-dollar backing.
Well, why not?
Why not?
Just my parents aren't as rich, I guess. I still did real racing.
Go to McDonald's like Ruben said.
Yeah. No, in fact, my real racing came about because I won a scholarship and therefore did a season for free. You know, it's different levels. He was able to pay his way to F1 essentially. No, I'm not at all jealous. It is what it is. It's how motorsport is. So anyway, thank you, Reuven. Good luck to Optim and all this season. Lovely livery, by the way.
Thanks for creating it.
Yeah, just pat yourself on the back while you're here. Just, you know.
I do at every available.
There might be a reason. Toby slid into my DMs and said, "Hey, we need a Optimlate car on the server. Drive."
Exactly.
That's why I joined and drove for now some laps. I will be gone afterwards again, but yeah.
Thank you, Reuven. Tschüss.
Yeah, thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of the preseason.
We need the Italian man. The man from Italy will bring in Domenico Scapelli. Hello, my friend.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, how are you?
I'm very good. How are you?
Not bad. I can't get away from you.
Oh, yeah.
FS2 last season, now you're here again. Obviously, you're in a management role with Apex, with Lartinen and Taras. Once again.
Yeah, always the same.
Yeah, Alex was talking about it earlier.
What are you going to do if they change? That's my first question. What are you going to do if your driver lineup changes? Right?
I don't know. I'm not ready for it. Yeah, exactly. I'm probably gonna cry. I'm not ready for it. I need to be mentally ready for it, you know.
What I love is Yasser in the YouTube chat whilst he was saying that, can we cut this interview already? This is enough, Dommy.
That's Oh, I see that there's McManus already.
Yeah.
Saying that as well.
Yeah. Too much Dommy already from Yasser. Sorry, I read the wrong one out, but yeah.
Well, I guess that's it then.
Yeah, so you have two different people saying that.
what worries me is one of them is my driver. You know.
I mean, it's fair.
Yeah,
It's
maybe
fair,
that's the
right?
one-
He must get a lot of you, surely.
Probably, yeah, definitely. He thinks
Dommy
I'm gonna
was,
ruin his image.
And Oliver Taras comes in with Dommy too much yapping already. Good luck!
Yep, it's gonna be a fun season.
In all seriousness, how do you think you'll get on? It's obviously a big old step up. No? Do you think you'll be okay? I mean, where do you think you'll finish this season?
Well, hopefully I hope for the best. You know, go strong lineup again. You know, like every year we keep improving, we keep getting better and everything. And we can see that in the results, you know, like our debut season, in FS2 we got third. Last year in FS1 we got second. So hopefully
Counting
this is...
down first.
Yeah, this is the charm,
3, 2, 1.
hopefully in 2026. No, but I really hope that maybe we can go for wins, podiums, I hope. We've seen also Jas last year doing some races in Superlights already and scoring great points. So we have decent chances, you know. Obviously this grid is really tough, you know. We got Netrex, Hyperion and Optim, you know, they got really interesting lineups. But we'll see how it goes. Hopefully with the development of the car it's gonna go alright in the correct way, you know. It's my first time in general with this R&D approach. Not just with the new system, just completely with the R&D, and yeah, I really hope everything is gonna go in the right way. If we
I mean,
can
I
put
think
it
the advantage you have, though, my friend, is that everyone is in the same sort of boat. I know it's your first season with R&D, but a lot of people won't know these new systems all that well. You know, there's a new bunch of stuff to learn for everyone. So I think you'll find it a little bit easier than if you were coming into the series and you had, you know, people like Tyrone who's been doing TTF stuff, you know, in Superlights for forever, with that sort of historic old game that we used to have. So I think you're in a better place from that point of view.
Absolutely, yeah. I agree with this.
And the other thing is as well, I mean, you're part of the TOP group, right? I mean, presumably you'll have some support from those guys too.
Yeah, we are good friends, you know. We are cool. Hopefully we can collaborate and everything, and don't do silly stuff like. Well, first of all, between my drivers, to be honest, you know, like I remember last year in Singapore when both of my drivers, for example, collided with the Malta Force and they both crashed. That was not cool. But now we'll see how it goes. Like, of course, the group got great experience, and that's definitely gonna help us.
Yeah.
And hopefully we can pay back with great points and stuff like that, you know.
I mean, it's what I like about GPVWC though, and Alex will testify to this because he came too, is that we have the whole season where we're sort of like rivals, aren't we? Where there's all this drama and everything, and then you get to GPVWC day and everyone buys each other a drink and we all just have a nice time with friends of the community. So it all gets forgotten. So obviously, as soon as the lights go out at Australia, it's all back into serious competitive mode, isn't it?
That's just how it goes.
But then at the end of the season, we are all cool and chills, you know.
I mean, Alex, it's a nice time to do out.
We stayed a bit longer than we intended to, is the way to put it.
I think we
It's
drank.
supposed to be a bit more than we should have. Blame Tom Stevens for that. We should.
Oh, it's always his fault.
It's always Tom.
Tom stayed on the Sunday as well. He's an absolute weapon, Tom Stevens, by the way. Like a complete weapon when it comes to drinking and going on a night out. He turns up with like shots of whatever, Jaeger bombs.
He brought
or
out
something
like two whole trays of shots at some point during the night.
Yeah, I know.
Don't forget the traffic cone as well, guys. That was very important.
The problem I have, guys, is that I'm 34. So when people buy me shots and stuff, I feel it for the next 2 days. It'll happen to you. Good luck this season, Tommy. And yeah, hopefully you guys can compete. I think you will. I think you'll be right up there.
Yeah, thank you so much.
No problem. Ciao for now.
Ciao, ciao.
Bye.
James Knox, let's bring him in. Oh.
Hello.
Reaction of everyone as they get dragged.
Yeah. Yeah. I wasn't
how are you?
expecting that.
How are you, friend?
I'm good, thank you. Yourself?
You know what? I'm feeling positive. How are you, how are you feeling, Alex? Now that we're in a sensible series.
I'll wait until the season starts before I say anything.
Yeah, wait till round 1.
This is testing.
I feel for Amir. Amir and Lorenzo are doing FS2 this season.
Pray for them
into this.
I love
we
them.
created.
I mean, Amir did such a good job last season filling in for all sorts of different commentators that I think he will do an exceptional job. And Lorenzo is a real. He's really contributed towards the GPVWC community in all different ways, and I think those two will be very good. They'll get a handle on FS2. I advise them not to be quite as nonsensical as we were, perhaps.
Yeah, well,
that might
it's
help,
FS2 to be fair.
It is FS2.
It was our way of staying sane, I think. More than
we
anything.
had to, though, didn't we?
Yeah.
You had rounds like Monza last year. I mean, it was absolute chaos.
Yeah, I'm glad I was ahead of that, to be honest. It was only after I'd watched the stream I was like, what's all this? There's 17 cars left on the final lap.
I know.
Yeah. But,
and you too, you've moved up to Superlights permanently.
yes, I have.
Fusion, as it goes.
Yeah, that's the one.
And how do you think you'll do?
I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. I mean, I was with for the second half of last year. Got a few points. Pretty happy with that. I mean, I'm still learning the car, still learning, tyre wear and how quick I can go without tearing the tyres to bits. And, that's what pre-season's for. And, I've still got a lot to learn. But at the moment, I'm feeling pretty positive out there.
Pretty good. I mean, you had a best result of 6th last year in Superlights at Belgium. Obviously, I think that was a wet-dry... Was that a wet-dry race? Yeah.
It was a dry-wet. Yeah.
Dry-wet, yeah. So, obviously there's a little bit of randomness involved, but nevertheless, it's still a good result. And I think, if you can sneak your way into the podium, do you think you'd be happy with that?
Totally. That's... I've not got any objectives, really, for this year. I'm just short of trying to learn, really, and if I can get a podium, that'd be brilliant. I'm just sort of going in, see what can be done, really. Especially after last year as well with FS2, and I cut that halfway through while fighting for 3rd, because I wanted to get higher and higher through the ranks, and I'm just basically trying to prove myself while not, going too overboard.
Good. I think, it's just got to temper so your expectations, haven't you, where you can. But it's good to see you here, and I think me and Alex, I'm sure you're looking forward to watching James and see what you can do with the full season Superlights.
Well, yeah, I want to see what FS2 last season actually means in Superlights. Honestly, I think that's an interesting comparison.
No.
I'm not saying I'm not putting you in the group of everyone that was in FS2 and was not the greatest quality. I'm putting you in the higher group. I want to see what talent we have there. We actually have and can't actually show.
Yeah, I'll try and hopefully prove that FS2 is a good stomping ground for up and coming rookies, and
Thanks, James. You're our inspiration.
I'm chuffed to bits you guys are commentating this year. Obviously, because you commentated last year in FS2, so you'll have a bit of a background of where I've been, what I've done.
I don't want to know where you've been.
You know, yeah. No.
Are you following us or are we following you? That's the question.
Yeah, that is the question.
As long as you don't bring the FS2 drama and nonsense.
No.
We
bring
that, Toby. That's our problem. That's our bag.
We're here for a nice peaceful time, aren't we, Alex?
Yeah, hopefully
If we ever
it'll be
go
less.
anywhere for a peaceful time, I don't want to be there.
Oh, dear.
Lush. Well, good luck. Last question. Obviously, Foulkes is now in FS2.
Yes.
And as a team manager for an FS2 squad, you must be looking forward to the challenge there.
Yeah, definitely. Magnus and Christian seem very excited. I'm very excited. It's a good experience for me. And, you know, I'm chuffed to bits to have Christian and Magnus on the team. And yeah, we'll see what we can do.
Magnus, especially, he's a proven race winner, isn't he? So sorry, Alex, but yeah.
The important bit is that you get to look at FS2 from the outside instead of being involved in it.
Yes, and enjoy all the stress that comes with it as well.
Oh yes, all the stress.
Yeah, I'm hopeful we have a little bit less in FS2 this season. I mean, there's a few things that have been obviously put in place to try and mitigate that. One of which is a small increase in license fees. I think part of the problem that we had in FS2 last season is that it was £5 for the whole season, and I think, which is exactly, it made it too accessible. It made it, you know, there wasn't enough. Oh, I've paid for this, so I need to get the value out of it, sort of thing. I think going on that contributed towards the attitudes. I think. I don't know how you feel about that, but that's my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say that's fairly reasonable. To be fair, I mean, once I had my first taster of like the higher leagues, and I realised I was paying more for the license. You are right. You do sort of think, right, hold on. It's a mindset thing. It's like, yeah, if you're paying a £5, you do kind of think, right, well, it's only a £5 for a whole year. I don't have to drive and be really clean with other people. But if you're paying a bit more, you're kind of like, okay, I'll be a bit cleaner. I'm not saying that's what I think, but I can see why some people would have that mindset.
Yeah, I mean, it's 31 pence per round.
I mean, when you put it that way,
do you know what I mean? Like, this is obviously is not for a, you know, there are going to be some people that are real struggling on money and so on, but it's gone to £15. It's essentially it's less than £1 a round to drive, and I think it's still very cheap. It had to be adjusted to really bring that championship in line with the others, and I don't think it's going to affect the grid at all. I think it'll make the driving a bit better. Obviously as well, you know, the league can reinvest in itself with some extra cash as well. So I'm really confident that will be a positive benefit to FS2.
Yeah, I agree.
Lush, thank you very much, James. I will speak to you, I'm sure, at some point during the season. I think there's definitely a chance that you'll get on the podium at some point. So best of luck, and take it easy.
Thank you. Have a good evening, guys.
We will do our very best.
Cheers. Right,
Alexei, we have 19 minutes left. If anyone is watching this and wants to come and talk to us, they're more than welcome. We only have to do this once, by the way. Fabian hasn't. Fabian's got one more.
Way.
I think Fabian could be asleep now. But
are you ready for bed? Like, have you got a pillow behind you and you got your...
Have you done all your things? Have you brushed your teeth?
I reckon, right? You just grab a laptop, go and lie in bed, and then if you forget about it, you forget about it, right? That's my view on it.
I mean, he said the stream's running till 4 AM. I think that's fine.
Yeah.
So,
as long as we're not here, that's fine.
Oh, good point. Fabian's the last thing we need to talk about is the calendar, Alex. And I don't know if you've seen this, but there are some new tracks on the list. Have you had a proper look at this?
I hadn't had a proper look. I'd had a look.
Have a look down and make some comments.
Bahrain. We've got. Why is that track even called? Is it just the Bahrain International Circuit or something really boring like that?
Yeah.
I think it is, isn't it? Sakia. Oh, Sakia.
International circuit. Yeah. My bad.
All
Yes.
right. So it isn't boring. Yeah. That's a solid circuit.
DLC as well.
In there.
So
And,
it's
DLC.
Yeah, proper DLC track.
Proper.
Yeah.
Malaysia, Sepang.
Sepang, yep. So we always do this every year. So we have like an old F1 track from days gone by. We had India in whenever it was, 2021, 22. You know, we've got we had last year. We had Indy, yeah, well. Turkey, yep, Turkey. Yeah, it's nice to have some historic F1 tracks back on the grid and so on. San Marino comes back in place of Barcelona.
Are we in Germany?
We are in Germany, yeah.
But yeah, where? There's about 4 different tracks.
What do you mean where? Isn't it between Austria and Poland?
Jesus wept.
It's Hockenheim, so it's not Nürburgring.
That would be interesting. We haven't been there
There's 5 returning or new tracks compared to last year. So you've got Sakia, as you pointed out, Sepang, as you pointed out, Imola is back, Hockenheim replaces the Nürburgring for the German round, and we also have the United States Grand Prix is back to Circuit of the Americas as well.
That was the first track I ever drove with a GPVWC car. I don't know how I remember that, but I remember it was Superlights. Don't know what car I picked. It was 2023 or 2022.
How'd you go on?
I don't know. It was in a test session against AI, so probably not that well. You know?
The AI are pretty rubbish. They smash you off, do they?
Oh yeah, they just oblivious.
A nice switch as well at the final round is now Brazil again. One of the main reasons for that is to tie the calendar in as closely as possible to the F1 calendar. So when you get to the Australian Grand Prix, we will also be racing in Melbourne. When you get to, when you get to Silverstone, we'll be there. The Hungaroring round is similar to the F1 calendar in terms of dates.
Yeah, Silverstone's actually very close, isn't it?
Yeah, Jeddah is the week after, or the same week, depending on which way you look at it. The Japanese Grand Prix is 5 days or something. Is that right? 5 days before? Yeah, 5 days before the actual race.
That sounds right. Yeah, that's correct.
So rather than finish at Abu Dhabi,
is more interesting.
Yeah, so we moved Abu Dhabi to the penultimate round. And no more Mexico, no more Nürburgring, no more Indy, no more Barcelona, and no more Turkey.
Yeah, thank God for no Barcelona.
I mean, that's a lot of people said that.
It's possibly the most... Statistically, it is the most average F1 track.
I mean, it's, from a point of view of testing and stuff, they do that all the time, don't they? So, I've noticed...
It's just boring.
I've noticed in the background we've got the Chris Butcher in the King's car. He's joined the server. Let's have a little look at him.
It's just a King's car, isn't it? I mean,
it's very well put together by Doug Hilliard. It's an interesting looking helmet that Chris has got on as well. Can you go on board? What is that? Can you go on board?
Give us a helmet cam or something. The one that faces him, if you can. There you go.
Ooh. Not what I was expecting at all. Certainly not the one I designed for him. What does it look like? Give me another angle. I am upset. Give me another angle. No, fair enough. Yeah. I mean, there definitely is another angle, but it's that one. What does that say on the side? Does it say Chris in massive letters? It does.
Yeah.
It looks like it says Chiss, to be honest. Nice.
Well,
that's the King's car anyway. Nice to see that on the.
I see Chris Butcher back as well.
That's what we're talking about. Yeah, there he is.
Yeah.
He's not driving. He's.
No, but it's nice to see him back.
Oh yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah,
a bit of a hiatus, didn't he?
Yeah, for sure. And He's my Bezzy mate. Love him to bits.
Just you don't like that he isn't using your helmet anymore.
Fiercely from Yorkshire.
Oh yeah, very from Yorkshire.
Yeah. But yeah, good guy overall. To be honest with you.
I remember the first time I spoke to him when I joined the DC. I was blown away by
by his accent.
by the accent. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not something you encounter every day.
We've got a soundboard on the THR Discord, and there's a couple of Chris Butcherisms on there. It's great.
Can we start calling yours Tobyisms or Davisisms?
Yeah, sure. Davisisms is a mouthful. Nobody likes a mouthful. But yeah, Tobyisms is fine. Yeah.
Davisism. No, that sounds way better. Davisisms.
The problem is Davis is quite common as a surname, and Toby's fine. Like
Davisisms.
Amazing.
Yep. Or Tovisisms, like Hovis bread.
I mean, your surname could be turned into stuff, couldn't it? Foulkesy. That was a folksy word.
What?
Like a folksy singer.
Oh right, yeah. No, right, yeah. That's one way you could do that.
I mean, there's several ways to kill a cat. Was it several? You.
There's
more than one way. More than one way to skin a chicken.
You could just put any animal at the end of that, couldn't you?
Don't count your lucky chickens. We'll burn that bridge when we get to it.
Yeah, we won't cross it. Just burn it.
We're panicking at the wrong disco. Oh, I love a saying.
I do need to defend Disco Spoons though. You didn't.
There was a banging.
Defend it.
Mm.
It was. We got.
Can I just say,
me and Toby got into the taxi with a very, very scouse man.
There was.
Yeah. We managed to get a discount on the fare. By paying cash, which we had to get at a cash point, but also talking about the football, very effective technique.
Oh, 100%. In Liverpool, you start the combo with red or blue, and you're sorted for life, friends for life.
Yep. I think he was a red this one, wasn't he? Yeah.
He was, and then I asked him about Klopp and Slot.
He was upset. He was very upset.
Slot lad. He was.
I did try and ask him what he usually did instead of taxi work, and he took kids to school, just the school run. Took me a few tries to get there. My voice was gone from, presumably
singing.
From Mr. Brightside.
We were in
amongst other things. Yeah.
If you haven't come to a GPVWC day, I recommend strongly that you do.
It isn't like a get completely drunk, but it's one of the factors, you know. You get giggly drunk.
Mm-hmm.
That
absolutely.
It's perfect to be there. And yeah, if you get an opportunity this year, wherever it may be, we've still got a good 8-9-ish months until we get there. Don't worry about making plans just yet. But if you can, come along. It'll probably be somewhere in Europe, so for most people that's a big plus. I'm not saying it's in Switzerland. Highly doubt that. Quite expensive there.
Yeah, I hope GPV Day is in a sensible country.
Is there even like karting tracks in Switzerland? Because I know they're.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I don't think they've banned motorsport anymore. I think it was on like a 60-year thing. So I think it's back open again.
Is it? That's news to me.
Google it.
Yeah, all right. Let's Google it. Switzerland motorsports man. There are. They have their own championship in Switzerland. Okay.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's it's all okay these days. It was obviously banned after Le Mans in '55, the disaster, which didn't even happen in Switzerland. It happened in North France. I mean,
nowhere near them. Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
But then they went and had the Formula E race in Bern.
That's what I mean. I think it was
2018.
Yeah, I think it was after 2015ish that they unbanned it.
It's still banned. They just made an exception for Formula E, I think.
No chance. It's not still banned. Switzerland. I'm doing the Google now.
Oh no, they lifted it 3 years ago. Huh?
What?
No, no.
That can't be right either, because it says on. I mean, my Google AI is saying 2007. Obviously, don't trust AI.
Right. I'm reading the Wikipedia page. Slightly more credible than AI. On June 6th, 2007, an amendment to lift the ban was passed by the lower house of the Swiss Parliament. However, the proposed law failed to pass the upper house and was withdrawn in 2009 after being rejected twice. In 2015, the Swiss government allowed a relaxation of the law permitting head-to-head racing for electric vehicles only. In 2018, Switzerland hosted its first motor race in 63 years when the first Zurich E-Prix was held as a round of the all-electric Formula E Championship.
Why are we talking about this again?
GPVWC Day in Switzerland.
Oh, yeah.
Karting in Switzerland. Yeah.
My favourite bit of this Wikipedia page is high-profile drivers from Formula 1, such as Michael Schumacher, Heidfeld, Raikkonen, Alonso, Hamilton, and Vettel, all have a residence in Switzerland, sometimes for tax purposes. No Wikipedia, always for tax purposes. They don't live in Monaco for funsies.
Oh, that's the bottom line there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they live in Switzerland sometimes for tax purposes.
No, always for tax purposes.
Yeah.
Also, how's a country that doesn't take any tax make any money?
Well, I'm assuming they have other taxes and duties, and also it's very expensive to live there. So.
Oh, Fabian's made a good point. But what about the ones that live in Monaco?
How does that work if you have multiple residences? Do you pay tax like partially in one? Like you must only pay tax to one.
I mean, they
country,
all realistically
right?
they all live in Oxfordshire, don't they? Because that's where all the motorsport stuff is.
Yeah, but their primary residence is Switzerland or Monaco or something, and then they actually live. But surely there's a restriction on how many days a year you have to be in this, offshore.
Have you ever been to Oxfordshire, by the way?
Yeah, well, I've been to Silverstone.
Ah, well, it's in Northamptonshire.
Well, Oxfordshire.
If you haven't, it's really beautiful, especially the Cotswolds. Like, they're really nice, and that's where they all live ultimately, because that's like where all the motorsport teams are, like in and around that area, because that's in and around Silverstone. It's just one equals the other, and they're all kind of. It's like they all live there because they all work there, because therefore it's easy for them all to swap jobs with another team if they need to. So they all work there, so they all live there. It's like it's one of them where ultimately, eventually, everything just congregates to one place. So.
Well, I'm sure I've been there at some point. It might have just been along the M40. But yeah, I've been there.
Nice. Well, I recommend it. Right, there's 3 minutes left of the session. We have some people trying to beat the overall fastest lap of the session, which was a 33.8 by Coitis. I think this might be the first time in 2 hours we mentioned that there's an actual test going on.
Yeah, but we've mentioned that there's a test going on, but it hasn't really been. It's just been background for all the other nonsense and interviews and, well, nonsense. And that's a bit of nonsense there.
It's a shame because that was a purple first Sekar.
A Sekar?
Sekar.
Speaking of motorways, the little bit of M5 between Bristol and sort of just south of Bristol. Where is it?
Where it splits through the cutting and stuff.
Yeah, where it has the two layers to it. It looks over the the inlet for the 7.
Yeah.
Quite a beautiful bit of road there.
7 Street.
Well,
Yeah, it is.
The nicest part of the M5.
If I go to work, when I'm at work, I can go down the Cardiff Bay and look across to that bit of land you're on about, really.
The M5 is probably the nicest motorway in the whole of the UK.
Well, that's interesting. That's an interesting statement. I'm trying to think of another motorway that's more nice.
Well,
the A42M up near Leicestershire is pretty nice.
Wow. Well. No.
Well, it is.
I'm going to say no and just disagree for the point of disagreeing.
The M50 near Malvern Hills. That is also beautiful.
A bit of the M62, just before Leeds, in between Huddersfield and Greater Manchester, is really nice. As it goes through, you get the highest motorway in the entirety of the UK. That's quite nice.
Yeah, nice.
House in the middle of the road. That's a good shout.
You know the Humber Bridge near Hull? Is that a motorway there? Because that's quite nice over there.
It's an A road. I don't think it's.
I guarantee you, west of me on the M4, there's some pretty nice views as well. Like after you've gone through the horribleness that is Port Talbot and Swansea. I think the other side of Swansea, there's some pretty nice M4 before it finishes at like Llanelli. I think around there is pretty cool. Llanelli.
Fabian, can you repeat that?
West of Swansea, there's a town called Llanelli.
Llanelli?
Double L-A-N-E double L-I. Llanelli.
Right, because that makes sense. The double L is clear.
Yeah, it's Welsh.
Yeah, Welsh is a made-up language.
It's older than English.
They're all made up, really, but
I've lived in Wales since 2010, so inescapable. Session's over. Lucchini's going to cross the line now and complete that lap. Not enough. Is Decoitis on a lap? He is, but it's not going to be an improvement. Chris Butcher's on a lap, but it's again not going to be an improvement. But he's only 7 tenths off.
That looks a bit more than 7 tenths, if you ask me.
No, on this lap maybe, but his overall lap look is 7 tenths off. So
all right, yeah.
That means Chris will set the fourth fastest lap, which is pretty good. Chris, of course, an FS2 championship winner in his own right. Back when it was still called Formula Challenge.
You're old.
I mean, that was like 2020, maybe?
Yeah, back in my day, it was called Formula Challenge.
Oh. 16 more of these.
and whatever comes in the future.
Right, thank you all so very much for watching. We're going to close this out because everyone is finished now. Lucchini's on an in-lap. There are there's no interviews. No, sorry. Remco made this lovely screen for us, and there's no one to interview. So enjoy that pretty picture of the Fusion at Paul Ricard for a few more seconds. We will do... I'm not going to... Yeah, let's do the promo, followed by the outro. And, yeah, let's do that. But Alex, thank you so much for joining me. Are you excited yet about the season?
Yep. Thanks, Toby. Great seeing you.
Are you excited about the season?
As excited as I can be, yeah.
That's what I want to hear, because I know you get pretty excited.
I get so excited. I love being here.
Best thing ever. Thank you for everyone who came for an interview. Yeah. Thank you for this model. Thank you for the website. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Fabian, for doing cameras. I know he's got to go to bed. We're literally ending it now. I mean, not everything. Everything's not. The whole thing's not ending. Yeah.
He's probably like, just end of the season. Yep.
Drooling on himself in the comfy pillow underneath his head. Think about it.
Well, like nothing
yeah.
off as he's. Right. Yeah, I think that's our sign to.
It is.
To wrap it up.
Right. Thank you. Thank you for watching, everyone. Join us this season for every broadcast, and this is the reason why.
Bye.
Inside a place of... On the next pretzels. Kelty seat, the coffee beanery, Tyrek.
Flat out. Oh no! Oh no! Who's round? It's Magnussen.
Oh, it's going to be a touch moment. It's in the barrier. Oh, they spun. Oh, this is a carnage.
And Menocon's
Oh
gonna
my
win.
God.
It's a double pass. Could they take each other off? They don't. And Foulkes line. It's a victory for the Tuties. They touch. They're now. Oh no!
Soriano's gone around and met the wall. Mitchell will go through. As they go uphill into turn 4. Oh, round the outside. What a fabulous move.
Frelick will use all of his as well. Here he comes. He makes a move. They touch. They run wide. And Munio's going to get it. We're going 3 wide. Look at
Sing.
contact. Oh my goodness. The Tyne has lost a wheel.
Time's out.
The dramatic race that we were teeing up the entire time has come to an end.